Welcome to Crafter Dome. 5 crafters enter, 1 crafter leaves. The winner also gets a $65,000 cash prize. Let's meet our gladiators. From the island of Great Britain is Bill making stuff. Look at that face, he's ready to kill. What does Bill make? Robots. Lots and lots of robots. Bill can build anything using plastic junk, things like robots. Next up is Nick of CC Minis. Look at that sweet face. It's a shame he's gonna lose it. Nick is a wizard with an airbrush and repurposing children's toys. He also has a penchant for violence and an unhealthy relationship with goop. Good lord, why? And holding a black belt in Canadian Kung Fu, it's Narb makes. Narb is a master of patience, crafting skill, and more than a touch of OCD. He builds entire freaking cities. And representing Swampland, USA is Tinu of Cajun Craftastrophe. Pack it up now, Tinu, you're gonna get eaten alive in the Crafter Dome. Last but not least is the Belgian Banshee, Gert from Dark Matter Workshop. Gert's gonna teach you a thing or two about the dark arts, resin, and slime. Gert was born to rock, and he does, often. 5 crafters enter, 1 crafter leaves. Are you ready? Release the Crafter Dome. Yes.
Well, someone took it a little far, didn't they? Hello, welcome to episode 30. Today is a collaboration episode. I thought I'd get ready for Halloween and have a little fun and make some decorations using tat from the pound shop. And I asked a few friends to do it too. I mean, you saw the intro. That's how Tinu from Cajun Craftastrophe took it. You know, took it to the Crafter Dome. But basically I said art attack, not attack, which is what Tinu seemed to have heard. You know, just some fun for all the kids. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a look through my tat and see what I can do, but yeah, it should be fun. Fun. Oh yeah, I'm wearing glasses because I wear glasses.
This is Scary Bat of the pound shop.
That is correct, not Studson. Yeah, I found this in the pound shop. I'm thinking, you know, it's not too bad, is it? You know, it's got a mouth that moves.
Pooh, this is my sharp knife.
Not to be confused with your poo knife. This knife looks pretty realistic. I was going to do a knife up and make it look kind of rusty, but this looks pretty good anyway.
Naughty pumpkin tea.
I have no idea what I'm going to use these for, but I like the shape, so I just bought them anyway.
Special Halloween makeup.
Halloween is the time of year you can buy a load of cheap liquid latex in the pound shop. It's not that cheap year round, so get it.
This is naughty spider webs.
I'm not sure what you mean by naughty, but this spiderweb stuff is pretty useful for, well, spider webs. So pick it up.
Big hairy spiders.
Yeah, 4 giant furry spiders for £1. It's not bad, you know, it's not a bad shape. I can use them for something. I mean, I just quite like them. I can just burn the fur off with a blowtorch. You know, you can burn everything a little bit.
Silly skeleton from the pound shop.
Yeah, there was 2 for £1. That's unbelievable. I mean, they are pretty cheap. I can't find the bottoms of their arms and their legs keep falling off. But, you know, there's some bones I could use.
1 skull.
This skull cost me £1 in the pound shop. It's not great.
That's the other skull.
This one cost me £3. You know, didn't break the bank, but it's, you know, it's much better quality. But I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the one from the pound shop. And I think I decided what I'm going to make, so I'm going to need some PVA glue. But don't waste that good contractor's PVA, the good stuff. Use that cheap stuff you get in craft stores. You know, this kind of white water stuff. just use all that up, and all that toilet roll that you've been hoarding. Oh, sorry, not you. That horrible neighbour that lives next door. So I don't recall if I ever showed you what was underneath my big wooden block here, you know, my usual work surface, but it's this desk I've had for a long time covered in stickers. Now there's Garbage Pail Kids, Mario Brothers, all sorts of stuff. I hope it doesn't get me a copyright claim, but we need some space. So at this point I'm still kind of conflicted. I'm not sure which skull I want to use. I mean, the one on the right is obviously a lot better, but I have to go with the worst, you know, because the whole point of this video is to make something good out of something that's bad, really bad. Like, so bad. Look at how bad that is. Sand it down as per usual. Just want to say, if you're sanding at home and you're using something like this, sanding sponge or even sandpaper, and you always see on the package it says, you know, wet or dry sandpaper. I'm like, well, I must have the dry variety because it's always dry. What I always forget to do, and what I don't want you to forget to do, is to just wet that sandpaper when you're using it. It stops all the dust particles from getting in the air. I should probably do that myself. I just wanted to say, just wanted to drop that in there. So obviously we're sanding this down so paint will stick to it and glue will stick, you know, stuff will stick to it. Get your finger out there, please. Thank you. So to make doubly sure that paint and glue is going to stick to this, I want to just burn it a little bit. Just burn all those little bits of plastic off and just give it a little scorch all over, because you can burn everything a little bit. Thank you very much, Classman. So for what I want to do, I don't want this jaw to be in this position. I want it to be in a different position. We need to take it off. And the only way I know how is to... I mean, you know, I'm sure there's easier ways, but... I often get asked, you know, how do I use a glue gun without making a complete mess? I'm like, well, you can't really. Glue guns are a complete mess. But I only use them in places that you're not going to see. Any little ugly bits that are kind of hanging off, any of those spider webs, just use a flame to kind of melt them away. And, you know, it's not too bad. I do hate glue guns though. And here's the fun bit. I mean, it's the messy bit, but it's kind of fun, I guess, if you like getting messy, like your dad. So I'm just thinking, you know, there might be dads out there that take offence to all these dad jokes I keep making. But, you know, it's the old story of me being a dad. I can make the jokes because I'm a dad. And let's be honest, most dads are jokes. If you've ever seen an advert on TV, if you see a dad portrayed on that advert, they're normally a joke. There we go, talking about dads when I should be talking about what's on the screen. That is an acrylic paint, PVA glue and water mix. And the measurements are, you know, about that much. I'm holding my fingers up, but you know, I realise this is voiceover. Like, just kind of guess. You just want it to be kind of watery, like milk. You know, and the good thing about cheap toilet tissue paper is that, you know, as soon as it touches something moist, it turns into mush. Now, I understand that some people out there don't like the word moist, like it's a dirty word. I don't think it is. You know, your dad's always telling me he's moist. No, I know I said it was the fun bit earlier, but this is actually the fun bit. This is where you start making little holes in the flesh where the skull is kind of peeking. I mean, it's quite disgusting talking about it, but look how fun it is. Try and do it on raised areas like the brow and the top of the head. Look, the whole build is fun, okay? Fun for the whole family. Now, I don't know if the Piece the Camera Bill said this already, but this is the voiceover bill from the future, and I haven't gone back to check. So if you haven't already subscribed to all the channels down below in the playlist, go do it now. I'll do it straight after this. So this is a ping pong ball. You know, everyone should have ping pong balls. I don't know why you should have them. I use them for eyes in my zombie skulls, but you know, maybe you have them for ping pong. I mean, you know, different strokes for different folks. That's a saying, isn't it? No, in fact, I'm sure I've heard your dad talk about getting different strokes from different folks. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. So this is probably a good time to let the thing dry. If your studio isn't possessed like mine is, then just maybe use a heat gun. So here we are at the painting stage of the video, the stage that I usually find the most boring. And you're probably thinking, Bill, you know, why even bother? If it's so boring, why even bother? Well, today, you know what today is? Today's all about dry brush. So I know it's a bit presumptuous of me to presume everyone knows what dry brushing is, but it's basically when you have very little paint on a brush and you kind of scratch it over a surface like this, and the raised areas catches it, and it gives you this nice little kind of contrast. So the dry brush technique was invented by Daniel Drybrush. It was sometime in the 40s. He was a painter in London, and there was a paint shortage for some reason. The paint factories blew up just before the war. Actually had nothing to do with the war. And he used to be friends with Greg Greebly. And he said, "No, I really want to paint this thing, Greg, but there's no paint left anywhere." And he goes, "Well, there's a little bit left on this brush. Just try brushing this over gently and see what it looks like." So Daniel Drybrush did it, and it had this really cool effect. And he's like, "Oh, that's really cool. I'm going to call that the Daniel technique." And then Greg was like, "No, that's stupid. Let's call it the dry brush technique." And Daniel Drybrush was like, "Yeah, perfect. Check it out. That's on Wikipedia." Anyone who's new here, who's just stumbled upon this channel, you may be wondering, look at the production value of this. I mean, look at these lights. Look at that. How does he do it? I mean, that's not free. That wasn't free. That wasn't free. No, that cost money. They weren't free. Well, actually, they were. They were just. I found those in the rubbish. Point is, it costs to make this show. And if you enjoy the show and you want it to keep going, consider becoming a patron. So go along to the Patreon website and have a look and see what perks you get. I'm not going to explain them all here. There's just far too many. But the main perk is that you get to help me produce these shows. You basically become mini producers. £5 gets you your credit at the end of the video. So if you just want that, then that's what you have to do. And they all seem to be good people. They're all really good people. Actually, I don't know them that well. They could be serial killers. Look, anyway, if you'd like to support this channel, please consider clicking that Patreon link below. Or you can donate via PayPal, or you can buy me something on my Amazon wishlist. There's lots of ways you can do it, if you want. So if you don't want to do that, then just consider clicking that like button, leaving a comment, and clicking the subscribe button, and getting your friends to subscribe too, and your mum, and your boss at work, and your postman, and your bank manager, that person you always see walking down your street, but you're sure they live there, but you're not quite sure of their name and which house they live in. Anyway, it all helps. I get on. If anyone watching right now is the serial killer I didn't mention, please don't come near my house. We're making an oil wash today, look. So when I say I haven't seen the other builds from the other collaborators, I'm telling you the truth. I haven't seen them. As far as I know, there could be 4 other zombie skulls being made right now. So let me know in the comments below who you watched first. Did you come from Nick at CC Minis? Did you come from Tinu? Did you come from K-Narb? Did you come from Gert at Dark Matter Workshop? Let me know in the comments. So as always, using an oil wash, dab it off with a paper towel, and it never dries as dark as it looks. It always dries just right. If you haven't tried an oil wash before, then try it. You won't go back to that crappy acrylic wash stuff. So for a change, I'm going to use a bit of gloss varnish. Now, I never use gloss varnish. I hate it. I remember when I was a kid, people used to varnish their miniatures in gloss varnish, like shinier was better. It always looked crap. But if you want something to look wet, then go glossy. That's what your dad said. I'm going to stop. I mean, how many dad jokes can I really do? How long can I keep this up? Actually, that's the last thing your dad said to me. I'm going to stop. As well as a skull, you can also do this effect on a skeleton hand, if you happen to have a plastic skeleton hand handy. I bent the fingers to look like that, so peace. This week I've got a bonus build section where I show a little bit of bonus build. It's a bit arrogant, I know, but it's basically just some clip of something I'm doing that has nothing to do with this episode, but might be interesting for you to see. Bonus build. Make sure you stick around for the glamour shots, and here's that bonus build. I'm Bill. This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This. Oh, I can still use that wax. I'll take that jaw out of there. Thanks. So here it is. Here's the. Yeah, I made a skull this week. Well, I didn't even make a skull. I just kind of did a skull up. But it looks pretty good. It looks good. I mean, it's so easy to do, and it's, you know, a way to use up all those toilet rolls you've been hoarding, and so effective. If you make one of these, let me know. You can get in touch on Instagram, and if you do, you can do it to other things. You know, like I did it to, you know, did it to the hand as well. I need to make more, and then just kind of lay them around the woods for people to find. So, yep, thank you, patrons. Thanks. I mean it, really, thanks. No, I do mean it. It's very hard for me to sound sincere. Let me read some names. Carl Williams, Shane Bevan, Michael Drew, Jonathan Smith, Luigi Lucare. I think I already read that one before. Jennifer. Look, I tried, okay? So this episode was a bit different to me. This was really fun to make. Was it fun to watch me make? Was it a technique you already knew about? Blah, de blah, de blah, whatever. Did you like it? Would you like to see more things like this? Yeah, well, that's it. That's another episode done. I'll see you in the next one. Monster Bash, I believe. Oh, yeah, there should be some... Oh, there's something on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, don't forget to watch everyone else's video in the playlist below.